Man, it definitely feels good to be back home in Denver. But as y'all can see, y'all already know what the topic of discussion is. No introduction needed. Let's get down. Let's get down to teaching a few of these retarded fucks this shit. In which y'all see the title. And before I even begin to, which I should have said this in the beginning, I'm gonna put links in the description box of this video, in which one of the links is gonna be another content creator I I wholeheartedly respect because he broke down the definition of a simp to a T, in which all these crybabies need to go watch his video. That way they will have a clear understanding. For tonight's topic of discussion, I'm going to address all these sad, pathetic retards whining and crying about these following terms: simp, beta male, white knight, mangina, and so forth and so forth. But I'm going to focus on the term simp here. Simp, a sucker idolizing mediocre pussy. But apparently, there's been so much whining, so much crying, so much complaining about that term. And and to be 100% honest, most of these fools complaining don't even don't even know what the term simp means. In which, don't worry, Uncle JD is here to school you motherfuckers. As well as I gave Amazon Prime examples what it means to be a simp. Don't worry, those videos will be in the description box as well. Now let's get down to it. Just to see, you got all these motherfuckers on social media whining, crying, bitching, and complaining, all because when they hear the word simp and simp, blue pill, beta male, mangina, white knight, and the rest of these terms, and don't even know what it means. Let's go ahead and refute these arguments right here. Here's the first argument. Oh, I'm with my girl and someone calls me a simp, so we just got up and leave. Wow. I believe Tom McDonald said it best. You say the wrong someone says the wrong thing, it ruins your weekend. And which, by the way, why does it bother you? Especially if you're with especially if you would shall I say your girlfriend or your wife. And for the record, you're not a simp all because you're taking care of your business in the relationship field. And if that's your girlfriend, that's your wife, if that's your girlfriend and that's your wife, then the word simp shouldn't get you all up in your fee-fees. No, it shouldn't. No, it shouldn't get you in your feelings. I mean, out here, Someone calls a man in that position a simp. You know what they do? They pay that shit no goddamn mind. They brush it off like it's nothing. You're a simp. Yeah. Thank you. Go on by your day. That's how they act. Not on social media. Hey, they call me a simp. I'm leaving. Let me clue you in on that. Let me clue you in on that. If you get offended and you're so easily triggered over someone calling you a simp, then you need to do some reevaluation there. Yes, you need to reevaluate yourself. As I said, if you're taking care of your girlfriend or your wife and you're getting called a simp for that, you should brush that shit off. Why? Look at it this way. A simp, and I'm being brutally honest here, a simp is right there in the same field as an incel. And yes, simp and incel is has damn near similar problems. But the difference is that one came to terms with his fate. The other believe the other believes that kissing these females' asses looking for validation and brownie points will give him a different result and still fail. So if you're with your girl, you're with your girlfriend, you're with your wife, then the word simp should mean nothing to you. Not something that you should be all up in your feelings and emotions about. One argument refuted. Let's continue. Now, now, there's a big difference between being a simp and being aware of female nature. There's a difference between being a simp and understanding female nature. And as I stated before, I'm going to leave examples in the description box. I'm going to break it all down to you. You know you're a simp when you paid an OnlyFans model $10K only to get a hug in return while that OnlyFans model and her boyfriend take your $10K and now traveling the world. That's a simp. How about this? You know you're a simp when she got you doing everything she wants you to do, but instead of showing her appreciation to you, she discards you like a piece of trash. If you're more than willing to defend a woman who is not your girlfriend, who is not your wife, doesn't know you from the can of paint, nor wants to give you a time of day, I believe old dude said it best. Around my way, we call that a captain save 'em. They're more than willing to defend women for anything, even if they in the wrong. You a simp. because you don't even know you don't even know the situation. You don't even know the situation. You just want to jump in thinking that, if I be her Superman, then she's gonna then she's gonna get into bed with me. And oftentimes that shit ends tragically. Geez, how many examples of that situation? Let me count the ways. And yes, most of these simps either get their asses killed or their asses locked up, all because all because they expect female validation and these females to sleep with them. But if you think that's tragic, here's another tragic tale. Suppose if a simp does all that and doesn't get what he wants, oftentimes it will turn deadly. Take a look at a man called Steve Stephens. I'll leave a link to that in the description box as well. Because you see, when a simp doesn't get what he wants, then yes, he will turn violent. Either he'll turn violent towards the woman who rejected him, which of course is ironic because oftentimes you hear people talk about rejection, but mainly I be saying that they need to tell these simps this shit, because they're the ones who act all violent and shit when these women turn them down. Either they'll harm her or harm someone else. And Steve Stephens is an Amazon Prime example of that. But JD, what did Steve Stephens do? I'll explain to you. Back in 2017, Easter Sunday, Steve Stephens, who couldn't get over the fact that his girlfriend dumped his ass, decided to take his anger, his frustrations, and his hurt on an innocent person. I don't know his last name, but he goes by the name of Robert, an elderly man, in which Steve Stephens got out of his car, live streaming this whole entire thing. Talking about, his ex-girlfriend is the reason why this is about to happen to you. My ex-girlfriend is the reason why this is going to happen. And he shot and killed Robert, an innocent bystander. Had nothing to do with the shit. All because his girlfriend dumped his ass. In the words of DMX, never take a man's life because you hate yours. Ever. The next day, while at a McDonald's getting chicken nuggets and fries, one of the employees noticed Steve Stephens for the news, and what he did, held him in the drive-thru long enough to get the police to respond. And by the time police surrounded Steve Stephens in his car with nowhere to go, Steve Stephens became a coward twice. He became a coward for shooting an innocent bystander, then became a coward again because by the end, he didn't want to face justice for what he did, so he killed himself. He took the easy way out. Steve Stephens is the biggest simp known known to history. And yes, and there were many times I came up with these cautionary tales. I mean, everybody's so concerned about how the incel is dangerous. Guess what? You think these simps are less dangerous than an incel? Get the fuck out of here. And as I said, a simp is no different from an incel. The only difference between the two is an incel just just opts out, while the simp tries to kiss ass to get what he wants and still don't get it. So no, if you're in a relationship, if you're married, then the word simp shouldn't mean shit to y'all. So why the fuck is y'all crying for it? Dry your fucking eyes and move on with your life. Because the only ones who are catching feelings, and I repeat, the only ones who are catching fee-fees over calling other people a simp are the simps. And as Uncle JD always say, you are what you offended by. So why are you offended over something that's not you? In fact, that's a typical simp response, is to be in his feelings and emotions when he gets called out on his simp shit, instead of paying it no mind. Yeah, thank you for the compliment. Have a nice day. And if and if and if someone says the word simp, beta male, and what may have you, get you in your feelings deep enough to a point to where it ruins your night out, it ruins the party, or any of that type of stuff, then you yourself need to do some self-evaluation instead of being in your feelings. And there's not much I can say here. But yeah, go check out old dude, and how he breaks down the meaning of the word simp, as well as check the links in the description box, because I definitely give Amazon Prime examples of what it's like being a simp. And yeah, I hope this video goes viral, so that way everyone can take a look for themselves. But nevertheless, I said what I had to say. I'm done, and I'm out this bitch. Later.